Hello, Professor. My name is Dlatego Centrum, and I'm here with Katarzyna Gładek.
Hello.
From Mondi Corrugated, they produce carton boxes. With Anna Pacek from Paceka Company, they produce children cots. And I'm here with Ryszard Gajak from IKEA.
Good to meet you.
And we are part of 10 Stars group, which is a project founded by IKEA, project aimed at IKEA's suppliers. And Ryszard will tell you basic things about this project, which was inspired by your work.
Really? Wow.
About your books, and it will be all in this very short presentation. Ryszard, if you please.
Yes. Thank you very much, Professor, for time. Let's start. This is us. This is the 10 suppliers for the IKEA. They are the leader in the ethic of the business, working with the standards. We call it IWay. Our vision is to create a better everyday life for our workers and the local community. Last time I remember that you mentioned why only 10, because we are the 10th supplier. We have been thinking about this, and we have something interesting for you. Our dream is to have 500.
Good.
So let's take a look what we are going to do with your input. Now we are 10, and you see the logo of these companies and location in Poland. We are connected in the internet. We are not working with the documentation. We don't have any documentation. So the only thing we are doing is using the internet, email, Outlook, etc. And our dream is to grow slowly, to move the ethic behavior for more and more companies. The 10 suppliers are like teachers. They are collecting the smaller one and teaching them how to make the good business, friendly business for the environment and for the workers. And 2020, this is our goal, to have a 400, 500 supplier making the good business.
All over Poland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you see the logo of these companies in the project. The goal is to move this way of making the business for the people. Not only for the inspectors, for authority, but make it for people. Why we want to have the 500? Because we think that the diamonds are born everywhere. This is our last year. We got a lot of gold medals, gold prizes in the winter games, etc. So if we have more, the more ideas will be shared with the other ones. We just working on the base that if you are visiting some supplier, some factory, they have something to offer you what you do not have. Everyone is having something special. Everyone is special. And the diamonds are born in the countryside, and diamonds are born in the cities. Diamonds are born everywhere. Greed is good. This is not true. Business is sin. Is making the money a sin? No.
Okay.
We don't think. We want to walk a different way. And was the inspiration. Your Lucifer effect was a real, inspiration for our project about 5 years ago. You know it. Your Silence Fury film, it's something what we started with. We just reverse the Lucifer effect, and if Professor Zimbardo says that under certain conditions each person can change into abuser or passive victim, then who will become the employee in your company if he will get a job of his dreams, well organized, provided security, boss who doesn't treat him as a mercenary, well, clear and simple promotion policy. If he will be proud of the company, proud of what he's creating, how much less of scraps he will generate, how much his productivity will increase, That is a good question because the technological capabilities of the HOMAG is some kind like the automatic machine making the thousands, hundreds of the repeated, the same pieces like that one. This is a limit. We can find a new possibility to creating the right workers, to give them what they dreams. Nowadays, employees increasing company non-material assets and company market value. Work and pride. This is our star. The employee should know what the value of his work creates. He should feel proud what he does. The feeling of the success is the strongest motivating factor for a good job.
Good. I agree.
Our targets. Our targets is a pyramid, the top of the pyramid. Not to go for the job only to get a salary, not to go to the job to get all the prices that we are good. We are targeting for the top, for the sense of meaning, for the inspiration. The worker should treat this company like their own, work well, and get back what he dreams. We are thinking about the cooperation, if it's possible. Fighting can be, win-win can be. We want to try to work together, to have some kind of the solidarity.
Right.
If there is not against the business, it is not a business conflict, why not to cooperate, to help each other? We are trying to find the people like Dick Fosbury, you know this guy?
Yeah.
He made something crazy in 1965. Who is jumping today in a different way? Nobody. This is against everything, against the gravity, against our body. And we find such a Dick Fosbury in Poland. This is a Mr. Rychlik from Profiem. Successful company is giving the hand for the company which is in trouble. Look at these people here. There's a young person like Anya, like Kasia. They are going to the other supplier and giving free of charge the service, helping how to make the good business for the workers, for the environment. This is a company we are talking about. This is the Olkusz. This is a company founded in the 1907, and today, not too much has changed. They are producing the excellent goods, you see, but the working condition, the environment is far, far away from our dreams. So we want to change the supplier. Please, if you will be home, take a look for this film, for the link. This is a film made in 1920 about the supplier. Excellent. I think that you will love it. Tools we are working. Tools, Anya, Kasia. And using us makes you a lion. We are not using any documents. Documents, we are against the bureaucracy. We have a problem, we are solving problem. We have a problem, we are solving problem. Not creating the bureaucracy. How to make it without the documentation? Smartphone. Everything that the application will be built in the smartphone. Why we have this application? Because we want to create the virtual warehouses for the goods. By the way, this is IKEA. Everything what we are sitting today. We want to create because they are IKEA supplier. So every goods which are not accepted by the IKEA because of the discoloring, because of some deviation, today they are scrapped, you know, scrapped. Right. They are not selling. We want to use these goods for the people, for the poor people, which will never be the IKEA customer because they are poor people. Right. So we are creating, we want to build a huge virtual warehouse and take these goods for the poor people. We already started. We give the grant prize for Mr. Rychlik. We ask, give us the poor worker. We change the room, we change everything, we floor, heaters, everything. We want to go this way. That's why we created a Family and for Kids Foundation. We are cooperating with the excellent girls from the Krakow, beautiful angels.
From where?
Yes.
Girls from?
Krakow.
Okay.
Beautiful angels. They are from Krakow. Yeah. They are, as far as I remember, they are rebuilding about the 20, 30 rooms every year for the poor people. They are quite well, I would say, situated women. They are quite rich, but they are successful, but they want to help for the poor people. We are going for China. just got the invitation from China because the Chinese are interested in our project. In June 17, 2 persons are going for China to share this project with the Chinese people. We want to cooperate with them, find a solution. You have a good idea? Immediately through the internet, speaking for 500 suppliers. Have a good idea in China, we are speaking in Poland, and against. Dear professor, this is an invitation for you because we know how busy you are. It's very hard to catch you. You are always like a bird flying over the world. So we are smarter than you. We prepared today the invitation for you. So you have a date. We specially fixed the date for the next year for our meeting. And they will be in the beautiful Polish mountains. And remember, June 8, 10, don't fix any visit. Be with us. We need you because this project is slip away from our hands, you know. Yeah. It's good. People like it. People love it. I am the only one old guy. This project is, how to say, is done by the young people. They are much smarter than me.
But they're beautiful. Yes,
they are doing this. I am some kind of the one step back person who is helping. But this is the success of this project is because of Anya and Kasia.
Where are the mountains? Where? Where are the beautiful Polish mountains? Where? What part of Poland?
This is a mountain. It goes from the mountains.
Yeah, it's in south of Poland.
What?
In south of Poland, near to Kraków.
Okay. Not Sosnowiec, no?
No.
More south.
More south.
More south, yeah.
What?
Zakopane?
Zakopane, yes.
Zakopane,
yes.
So welcome. We want you. We need your help because we really need your help.
Because this project, if I may, was inspired by your Lucifer Effect book.
It's amazing.
They thought about reversing this and try to make a working environment and companies that supply for IKEA a reverse version of the Lucifer Effect. So the question for you is, what do you think about this project? About 10 Stars project? Did you expect that it would happen like this?
No, I'm very impressed. I'm honored that my words, my ideas could have such far reach. I should mention that for me, one consequence of the Lucifer Effect writing was the last chapter where I began to think about who are the people who don't get seduced to do evil, who resist all the negative pressure. And I said maybe we could think of these people as everyday heroes. And so that stimulated my thinking to create in San Francisco the Heroic Imagination Project, or HIP. And so part of our mission is to teach young people how to challenge evil, how to challenge corruption, how to challenge bullying, how to challenge prejudice, but also to be everyday hero who makes the world better in some way in their family, in their school, in their work setting, in the community. Now, in addition, what we have tried to do, which relates to your work, is that our main work is revolutionizing education, to make education more exciting, more dramatic for young children, using videos, using the best technology, but also teaching them basic ideas in social psychology, which students don't get anywhere until they get to college. And we call our program Understanding Human Nature. And we have six separate lessons, and we hope soon to have 10 or more. And so right now, several of these lessons are in 55 Polish schools, mostly high schools, but now also in primary school. And we hope to have it by next year or 2 years, maybe at all Polish schools. But in addition, we have a program for organizations. That is, how do you create heroic leadership? And so this is where our program synchronizes with yours to say, heroic leaders in a corporation should work hard to build the reputation of their corporation, because reputation is your most important product. It's not the thing you sell, it's the reputation that people trust you. And that means So you're going to be a heroic leader first to your employees. You want them to say, I would rather work here than any place. I would rather work for IKEA or one of the distributors than anywhere else. And then second is your customers, your clients, who trust you, respect you, believe in you. And if you do that, then profit will follow. Most leaders focus first on profit. What do I have to do to make a profit? One thing you make a profit is you have fewer employees working harder, okay? That makes all the employees feel expendable, not valued. So we turn it around is to say, and every leader, heroic leader, is open to constructive criticism. That anybody is able to come in and tell the leader, you know, we are not happy in our division, or we would like to have you think about doing something a different way. We call that teaching everyone courageous conversation. That you have a conversation that ordinarily you would be difficult to do because you say, I have low status, my boss is high status. So you're going to break that. So the boss says, I would like anyone who has ideas to make me a better boss, to make our company better, to feel free to share these ideas. So this is within the Heroic Imagination Project. Our main focus has been education, but the second one that we are developing now is organization leadership based around these ideas. And we hope ultimately, if we get more funding, we are building our website, but we hope to have lots of information available free on our website. Right now, we license our material, we charge a fee, but eventually we hope to be able to give it away. But right now, we're a non-profit and we need to make money in order to breathe.
Mm-hmm. How, in your opinion, to inspire those everyday heroism leaders and companies? Any tips for suppliers?
I mean, we'll have to develop these ideas more. If I can come in June, then I will share these ideas. I can't accept the invitation right now because I don't know what is on my a cosmic schedule. But it's really what we are doing here, for example, at the Zimbardo Youth Center, is trying to make every child who comes here feel like I'm a hero in training. That is, every day I'm going to do a little deed of kindness, of caring, which is not heroic in and of itself, but it prepares me that when opportunity comes, when challenge comes, I will act. When other people will be thinking, I will be acting. Heroes act, you see. So it's not enough to have compassion, good feeling. It doesn't matter unless the good feeling is translated into positive action. So again, the bottom line is to say, you have to understand human nature. You have to understand why some people don't act when you think they should. You want to understand what are the obstacles to helping people. What is the psychological barrier, and how do we overcome barriers? But again, this is a principle in all business. Every business, there are obstacles, there are barriers, there's competition, and the question is, how do you understand the situation, and how do you prepare, ideally, to have an effective challenge? But essentially, you want the leader to be the head of, I mean, in every company, in a way, you want the leader to be the head of a big family, and that everybody is going to contribute to the success of the family. Even when you have a big company that have separate projects, separate divisions, that each one has to think that ultimately, I am proud to work as one of the 10-way stars. And so in America, we know, for example, Google pioneered this. You go to Google, everybody would rather be working there than home because they feed you beautifully. They have gymnasium. If you have to rest, there's a place to rest. So they do everything in this company to make people want to be there. And then when you have to go home, they have a bus to take you home and bring you back. And everybody you speak to says, you know, I don't want to work for any place else but here. You know, so that's where the company is showing respect for the workers in every way. And they always say, anything we could do to make your job more desirable, you tell us and we will consider it.
Yeah. Professor, did you expect that your Stanford experiment will inspire also the business world, just the people like us?
No, not at all. I mean, I did the study, the Stanford Prison study, many years ago, because I wanted people to realize how local situations can influence people. That you don't need an authority saying you must do something bad, like in the study by Stanley Milgram. But if you're in a situation, everybody's playing a role. You're the guard, you're the prisoner, you're the foreman, you're the manager. You know, that in business, everybody's playing a role. That's not who you are, but over time, you become the role. So when somebody says, who are you? You say, I'm the business manager. You know, in Nikiszowiec, people say, who are you? I'm a coal miner. Before they could say that. So your job becomes your identity. You play the role, and then this is who you are. And so the question is, how do you create an organization? How do you create a structure that always moves people in a positive direction rather than negative? So in the prison study, the structure we created was modeled on American prisons, and American prisons are evil, negative, because they are there to punish people. And when you play the role of a guard, your job is control, power, domination. And the job of the prison is to rebel, but always you have no power, you get crushed. So when I did it, I wanted the message to be acceptable to many people, but I did not think then that it would be influencing IKEA distributors in Poland, 40 years later. I should mention that there is a new wonderful Hollywood movie that has just been made. It premiered at Sundance last month, got rave reviews, won many awards already, and it will start distribution in America in July, and I think all over Europe in probably the fall.
What's the title?
The Stanford Prison Experiment, exact. They use the name because everybody knows about it.
Dear Professor, could you please advise us what can be the way to inspire people to everyday heroism?
Two things. We need models. I mean, we need, ideally, parents should model this, teachers should model by their behavior. I said in a business, the leader of the company should model it, but it could be the mailboy could model it. It's by organizing your life that every day you will do something to make other people feel special. To look them in the eye when you talk, to learn their name, to give them a compliment. So your job is to make the world better in little ways. And if everybody does it, the little way becomes a big way or becomes a wave. So, and so again, you inspire people also by having positive values that you actually enact, that you live by. It's not that you just say, I do, I believe in, so people have to see that, oh, he believes in it and he does it. And I'm saying it's in little things. It's like when you go to a restaurant, you give a compliment to the waiter or waitress that usually people, don't even don't even notice them. You always notice if they have a name tag, you notice their name, you say, thank you, Michael, that was very good service, or things of this kind. So for me, it's doing a lot of little positive things every day, so it becomes a social habit. We call that the habits of heroism. So you don't even think, you automatically do it.
Do you think it's possible to implement these rules in companies?
Absolutely. Yeah. Companies are big families. The only difference is they're designed to make money. And in Poland, very few families make money. But it's especially where a company is successful, it doesn't have to worry about making money. You have a good product that people like, so the money will flow in. And then it's changing the conception of, so business are not organizations designed simply to make money for stockholders. That's one conception. And of course, for the stockholders, they always want you to make more money for them. And essentially, you're going to make what is significant adequate by doing these courageous things, by doing these heroic things. But essentially, you really want to say, I want every employee, when they come to work, open the door, say, I'm happy to be here. And when they leave, they say, I'm going home, I hope my home life is good, but I will be happy when I come back tomorrow.
People spend 8+ hours a day at work, so that means it's a great responsibility. on the shoulders of people like Ryszard to create those environments in the companies.
Yeah, but once you create them, then once you create them, they have a life of their own. So it's not every day you have to go, and what am I going to do today? It's you create the environment where every employee now facilitates, so that it's not like every day you have to dig the soil and plant a new flower. It's that once you irrigate, once you put the seeds, you could step back, and up comes this flower, and this one, and this one, and this one. You need some sun, which is good, good values, and you need to monitor that there's no weeds growing, no negativity to take away. So using that metaphor, the real problem is creating this model of what heroic leadership is, what a company is organized around its employees and clients, customers, who says we want to be an ideal company and we value our reputation as much or more than the thing we sell. And I think once you have that mindset, I think it will happen automatically. I think it's not a matter of working every day at it. I mean, I think it builds on itself.
Any more questions?
Can you see any threats in
Excuse me?
Can you see any threats?
Threats like dangerous?
Yeah, like dangerous.
What can happen on the way building this? How to avoid it?
Oh, the threat is some other company does it better. I mean, some other company employees would rather be there than in your company because, no, so one threat is money. So other companies say, we just give you more money. So, we're not going to give you the free lunch, we're not going to give you that. We just get, so some people go to the money, you say goodbye, but it's, you see again, in the past in America, for many companies, the employees' social life was organized around things in the company. The company would often have bowling league, they would have a softball thing, they would have company events that people would go to. And when from the economic downturn, they eliminated all of that. So it's just a workplace, they call it the workplace, but it's a place you go to work. And they minimize the social part. They eliminate people spending too much time in the coffee machine. Wrong. That is, you want people to sit around and talk as well, and then they go back to work harder. So nobody sits and works 8 hours, on an assembly line. But essentially, it's just creating an atmosphere that people care about me, and I care about them, and together we care about the company because I know the boss cares about us. When I know the boss only cares about making money for the profit holders, I know that he's going to make money if they let me go, because my salary then goes to profit.
Professor, what's happened with the Detroit? Mr. Henry Ford was the first guy who cared about the workers. He gave everything for the people.
Yeah.
But what's happened with the Detroit?
What's happened in Detroit is people have been replaced by robots. So American automobile industry failed because Japanese automakers made better cars, cheaper, more beautiful, more efficient. Honda, Toyota, Nissan, and so American automobiles that were too big, they call gas guzzlers. And so now American automobile industry, all of them are doing well. They redesigned the engine, so it's more efficient. And what they did in the process is they eliminated workers. So all of these companies have robots. So they have one worker that works 10 robots. So Detroit is in bankrupt, the whole city, and I do work in a town of Flint, which is nearby. It's a beautiful little town, almost like Nikiszowiec, where everybody in the town worked in the automobile industry. Almost no one has a job there. Every other house is closed. The schools don't have enough children. People moved away, and the people who are there are depressed. So here is the worst case scenario, that someday they will take me out and they'll put a machine in my place who doesn't complain, who doesn't have office break, who doesn't have to go to the toilet, who doesn't have to put makeup on, and just works and works and works. So that's the worst case scenario of every worker in any business. So you want to say, no, the opposite. We value your humanity. We value that you are indispensable. Even though what you do could be replaced by a machine, you should know in this company we will never do that.
Last questions, Professor. Are you an optimist when, thinking about the future? We mentioned in the presentation that the 10 Stars group, they're trying to change working environment in China, which, as we all know, it's a big challenge.
No, I'm an optimist, totally. I mean, I'm surrounded by evil. I grew up in New York in ghetto and poverty. I'm always an optimist that working hard, working together in a team, we change anything. Some challenge is big. To try to change working industry in China is a major problem. But again, you're not going to change China. You're going to change this company, and this company will be a model for some other one. It really takes understanding more the Chinese culture. So obstacles are cultural norms. They say, we don't do it that way. So again, you say, we want to have open communication. It's likely in China that people with the lowest status never would go into the office of the boss. It wouldn't happen. So you say, this is what we promote. It's not going to happen. So you need you need people. You would need somebody to work with you who is Chinese, who's lived there, who's educated in the West, educated in Europe, who can say, here are the norms, here are the values, here's what they do, here's what they don't do, so that would be for me. That would be the first step, and then make clear, what are their goals, what is not working, and what is their image of where they would like to be next year, 2 years, 3 years. Because again, in China, they see an interesting idea, say, oh yeah, we want to do that. Is what you're doing that works here, could it work in China? I don't know, but knowing the cultural values is critical, up front. Is what you're doing would work in America? I don't know, could be. Sometimes people don't like ideas that come from another place. So we want to have our own ideas. But it's so for me, I would say I'm optimistic. If I were to say it's a challenge, because if it works, then China is unlimited. And if it works in China, then you go to India, because that's even more unlimited.
It was very inspiring, Professor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.